organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, a new program will provide a sustainable form of transportation to UI students. Find out how you can go green and run errands at the same time.
And Eastern Iowa continues to be a popular spot for political candidates. We'll tell you what Republican Vice Presidential candidate Paul Ryan said in Cedar Rapids today.
We'll have all that and more.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning in to your Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Ryan Jones.
And I'm Christina Targos.
Vice presidential candidate Paul Ryan stopped at Kirkwood Community College in Cedar Rapids on Tuesday and encouraged the country to become more fiscally responsible. Ryan said the U.S. government should not spend money it doesn't have. He also said he and his running mate, presidential candidate Mitt Romney, will work to lower taxes on the middle class and focusing on strengthening small businesses if they are elected in November.
And Eastern Iowa will continue to be a hotspot for political candidates later this week. President Obama will speak in the center of the University of Iowa campus Friday afternoon. The president will headline a rally outside Jessup Hall on the Pentecrest. Though the speech will be outside, the Obama campaign says doors will open at 1 p.m. First Lady Michelle Obama, Vice President Joe Biden, and his wife Jill Biden will also attend the rally. The president will speak in Iowa City one day after he and Biden are scheduled to address the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte. Tickets for the event will be available Wednesday morning at 9 at the IMU, as well as Obama's campaign offices in Iowa City, Coralville, and North Liberty.
University of Iowa students now have another way to travel around Iowa City.
Zipcar is a new and sustainable form of transportation that provides a fuel-efficient and inexpensive ride around campus. Daily Iowa TV's Stefan Duran tells us more about the new program.
Walking accessibility, but recently there have been some concerns on how the city and the university can make transportation easier for students. With these concerns, Iowa City is now the newest home of the rental car company Zipcar. With Zipcar, people are able to access a car to use anywhere from a couple hours or for a weekend trip home. Iowa City and Zipcar are working together to try and reduce both waste and the amount of cars on the roads while promoting a safe and easy way to travel. Although the project is small right now, university officials are hoping Zipcar will make owning a car in Iowa City less of a need and more of an option.
I have several friends who live in larger communities that have a program like this, and they've chosen not to purchase a car or own a car because they have easy access to Zipcar.
In 2010, the university and the Office of Sustainability put together a plan to reduce the size of the carbon footprint Iowa City produces. The main focus of this new plan was to promote and to create more environmentally friendly ways of transporting through the city. Zipcar was the best option for the university in many ways. Not only is it easier to use than other rental companies, but for every Zipcar used, it takes 15 residentially owned cars off the roads. Because Zipcars are an affordable alternative travel source, the university hopes that Zipcars also help promote other green travel options like biking and walking.
We hope that they make that positive choice to leave their car at home and just come to Iowa City with a pair of walking shoes and have access to the vehicle as they need it.
Stefan Duran, Daily Iowan TV.
The university hopes that Zipcar's popularity will grow in the near future, so more sustainable programs like this can be a reality in the future.
The Iowa City Council will discuss a new ordinance Tuesday night that could help local businesses bring in more customers. If approved, the new law would allow businesses to use parking areas for additional patio seating at sidewalk cafes. The ordinance would also allow the cafes to use planters instead of fences to separate their property from other businesses.
Johnson County is experiencing a pertussis outbreak. 18 cases of pertussis, also known as whooping cough, have been reported in the last 2 weeks. Pertussis is caused by a bacteria and causes severe coughing in patients. This can interfere with a person's eating and breathing. Pertussis can lead to pneumonia and even death. Johnson County health officials are urging adults and adolescents to be vaccinated for pertussis in order to prevent the sickness from spreading further.
The Magic Bus is making a comeback just in time for football season. The popular tailgating spot will reopen Friday, September 14th at Back Pocket Brewery in Coralville. But it will be a bit different. The bus will host a Friday night concert series before every home Hawkeye football game. Officials will charge a $5 cover at the event, which will help support different local charities. The bus returns after a year-long break following the Iowa City Council's approval of an ordinance that prohibits vendors on Melrose Avenue to sell alcohol. Still to come on Daily Iowan TV, we'll tell you the strange thing one man did as he was trying to run away from police early Monday morning.
And in sports, catch Daily Iowan field hockey beat reporter Cody Goodwin live on set. That's coming up in just a bit, but now let's check in with Daily Iowan TV's Allie Wright for your local weather forecast. Allie?
It's been pretty hot and muggy the last few days, and it looks like it will be hot again tomorrow. But then we should see some cooler weather in the morning. It'll be 68 degrees with mostly clear skies. In the afternoon, it is going to be about 83 degrees. There's a 20% chance of rain, though, so you may want to bring an umbrella with you just in case. In the evening, it's going to cool off to 62 degrees. Looking into your extended forecast, Friday has the highest chance of rain, around 40%. But then for Saturday and Sunday, it's going to cool off to the 70s. It should be some great weather for the first home football game with clear sunny skies. Then into next week, we're going back around to the 80-degree mark. That's a look at your weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Allie. Now let's take a look at what is happening around the world. The Democratic National Convention kicks off in Charlotte, North Carolina Tuesday night. Protesters are already making themselves at home. Around 50 protesters gathered in the middle of the intersection just a few blocks from where the convention is being held. After talking to Charlotte police, the group moved to a public sidewalk to continue the protest. The demonstrators say their goal was to talk to the convention delegates before the event.
Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney's campaign has raised at least $100 million for the third consecutive month. The early numbers include money raised by the National Republican Party. Official totals will be released next week. Records show Romney raised more cash than President Obama's re-election campaign in May, June, and July. Both campaigns' financial reports are due to the Federal Election Commission by September 20th.
A federal judge ruled students cannot be charged a higher out-of-state tuition just because their parents are illegal immigrants. Now, students with undocumented parents must be given in-state tuition if they can prove residence. Officials estimate the ruling will affect thousands of Florida students.
A robbery in Iowa City ended with the suspect without his pants. Police say officers responded to a report of a man with a knife near a vehicle in the 800 block of Oak Crest Street early Monday morning. When police found the man, he allegedly ran away. The suspect was captured by police 3 blocks away, but he had removed his shorts. Police say they later found the shorts, which had several stolen items from 4 different vehicles in the pockets. Police identified the suspect as 19-year-old Cole Husenga of Sioux City.
And now Daily Iowan TV's Alyssa Bergamini is here for your look at Hawkeye sports.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. We have a lot to get you caught up on, including highlights and perspective on the now 10th ranked Iowa field hockey team, plus from Daily Iowan field hockey beat reporter Cody Goodwin. But we start today with news and notes from Kirk Ferentz's weekly media session, where Daily Iowan TV Sports was there to bring you the highlights, including the head ball coach's thoughts on James Vandenberg, the Iowa State defense, and State's dual threat quarterback Steele Jantz.
Our offense, I think it's really a team thing. I really do, and we have to protect him better. I thought he did a good job of not managing the game. I hate that word. Running the game, running our offense, running our team, and I just thought he did a good job overall. But our passing game wasn't what we want it to be, but it'll get better. We just have to keep working. They're veteran and they're extremely productive. They just play extremely hard. They don't come off the field, and they're out there all downs regardless of the situation. They're playing all the time, but they play with great effort, and that's what linebackers are supposed to do. You learn in football somebody's got to contain, and we kind of forgot that last year. So, and it's easier said than done. Tulsa struggled with that a little bit at times too. He's a very good athlete, and with their scheme, it makes it tough it's easier to say that than do it.
Ferentz also commented on his squad's lack of red zone efficiency. Daily Iowan TV sports player insider Annie Constable caught up with senior Signal caller James Vandenberg to discuss the issue.
A tight win over NIU this past Saturday left the Hawkeyes contemplating what needs more attention. Head coach Kirk Ferentz spoke on the passing game and expressed that it was less than what they expected out of those guys. The team had numerous opportunities to convert in the red zone and came up just a little short. Despite 4 made field goals by junior Mike Meyer, the team wasn't able to pull ahead until sophomore Damon Bullock's 23-yard run with less than 2 minutes to play. Senior quarterback James Vandenberg addressed the red zone issues and what needs to change to be successful this Saturday against a tough Iowa State.
I think we know that you got to score points to beat good teams, and we're able to pull it out barely last week. But a lot of those things that we messed up on are extremely correctable, and we get to start that work today. Tuesday work, Wednesday work, Thursday work, hopefully to make us better for Iowa State.
And in our last football note, junior place kicker Mike Meyer has been named Co-Big Ten Special Teams Player of the Week. The Dubuque, Iowa native accounted for 2/3 of the black and gold's point total after nailing field goals of 34, 29, 22, and a career-high 50-yarder. And as promised, we bring you the highlights from the now 10th-ranked Iowa field hockey team's home opener against Missouri State this weekend. The black and gold blanked the Bears 10-0 and used goals from 7 different players during the rout. Jumping on the visitors' early leading, heading coach Tracy Griesbaum to tell reporters post-game, quote, "I really appreciated how we started that game. That was something we wanted to change from last week," end quote. With the victory, the Field Hawks moved to 17-0 all-time versus the Bears at Grant Field. The Black and Gold are back at it this weekend when they take on the University of Stanford in California. And now we welcome in Daily Iowan field hockey beat reporter Cody Goodwin to discuss this week's actions. And Cody, what did you see from the Hawks this weekend?
What we saw this weekend, Alyssa, was a lot of offensive attack. The Hawkeyes tallied 35 shots and put 10 of them in the back of the net, of course. Their defense didn't allow a single shot on goal. It was overall a great team performance for Iowa, which is the potential we've been searching for since their first weekend when they went out to the East Coast. So we saw a lot of really good things from Iowa. We saw, as you said, 7 different Hawkeyes scored. 2 of them actually were able to put away 2 different goals. One, senior Jessica Barnett. The second one was a freshman in Natalie Cafone. So that was a big surprise for Coach Griesbaum. But overall, it was a fantastic weekend for the Field Hawks.
And I hear you have something special for us tomorrow.
I actually do have a little bit of a special story coming. There's 2 players on the Hawks who have a very strong relationship that dates even back to their prep days. But you're going to have to wait for that one.
Okay. Well, thank you, Cody. And that's all we have for you in sports. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Alyssa. Now, only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Wednesday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read the full story on Paul Ryan's visit to Cedar Rapids.
And find out what local schools are doing to combat the heat without air conditioning. That's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out at the same time tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching and have a great night.